It is time to go back for a great homecoming and take some time to reconnect with old friends and classmates you bonded with during one of the most unforgettable time of your life, the high school life. Start to reminisce, make new memories at CPU High School since they are celebrating their 100 years of existence with the theme, At 100, Soaring Higher for a Greater CPU High School. Throughout the years, this gathering has been an experience that has drawn heavy excitement, happiness, and thrill from both students and alumni. Celebrating this grand event will not only uphold the students, faculty, staff, and alumni all together, but also to give a noble tribute to one of the most respected universities here in Western Visayas, the Central Philippine University. It is the best time for everybody to embark and once more to feel and experience another milestone of being a true-blooded Centralian. Energy and excitement builds when Fun Run takes the first activity of the event. The race starts promptly early at 5:30 in the morning. Starting the day by exercising with friends and fellow alumni is a boost for everyone. It is then followed by a big two-day event for the Grand Centennial celebration and alumni homecoming. A big event for everybody deeming that CPU High School is on its 100 years of existence and still producing globally competitive and undeniably best students and alumni, something that we should be proud of. A remarkable event that is very spirited because you will see the increase of alumni coming to campus during the time and the relationships they had with each other. Seeing successful alumni, young and old, come together to celebrate the rich heritage of CPU High School.
Today is perhaps one of the happiest moments in the lives of Batch 81. Simply because we were given this opportunity to open the gates of opportunities for other alumni.
Since the founding of the high school 100 years ago, it has been soaring higher and higher through the lives of its graduates. Yes, through your lives. It will continue to soar as you pass on the torch to generations after you.
Always proud to be a Centralian. A Centralian always shines in the midst of darkness. We are all proud to be here today. And in behalf of Class 81, we honor God by turning over this gym to CPU Development High School. To God be the glory.
Truly, the CPU Homecoming celebration is a noteworthy day filled with so much excitement. Lots of activities can be enjoyed by alumni whose aim is to have fun. Reflecting on their own great memories of campus, all the alumni from one batch to another build good and well-bonded moments while having a great time and attending the said event.
This CPU High School Homecoming Centennial King and Queen in tandem with the CPU High School Centennial Prince and Princess presentation. CPU High School is honored to be the first department of CPU to celebrate its 100 years of existence. We have our alumni and friends who have gathered around the world today.
Today is an awesome gathering to celebrate the sexual spirit. This is a pageant with a heart and a purpose to raise funds for the Nona S. Dominado Endowment Fund.
I am very honored to be part as a co-host in celebrating 100 beautiful years in CPU High School.
They had the search for the Centennial King and Queen in tandem with the Centennial Prince and Princess. This activity is all about pursuing advocacies to help their dear CPU High School on its 100 years and beyond.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rafael Bailan Gadon III,
And I'm here from Reef Contact. And
we are proud to represent the virtue of reverence.
Good evening.
I am Kyle Jonathan Lau,
And I am Angeline Ten.
and we are proud to represent the virtue of love.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Chief Joshua Lapson,
And I'm Lasagna B. Fashion.
and we are proud to represent the virtue of excellence.
Good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Kyle Delasio,
And I'm Colleen J. Leva Dias.
and we are proud to represent the virtue peace. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Vance Israel Catedral Escucha,
And I'm Rachel Minnie D. Joseph.
and we are proud to represent the virtue of unity.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Roman Weistoy.
And I'm Judy Vanguard. And we are proud to represent the virtue of joy. Good evening.
My name is Alvi Jasmine,
And I'm Francis Silverio.
and we are proud to represent the virtue of grace. Good evening. I'm Christian Paul Lopez,
And I'm Ian Ayan
and we are proud to represent the virtue of respect. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jane Dominic of Basilio Santiago,
And I'm Jonathan and Torres.
and we are proud to represent the virtue of dignity. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Johnny Asson Jr.
And I'm Robert Driver Mom.
We are proud to represent the virtue of honor.
As a fresh graduate of CPU High School, our advocacy is to carry on the spirit of Central and its teachings, its values to a new millennia in the future.
A lot of people, a lot of students really want to go to school here, but then because of the hardships, and a lot of people, actually a lot of students are really deserving. In the United States, education is well supported by the government, and that is why we have chosen student scholarship. It's because student scholarship provides necessary funds to students who really deserve it. I always adore the pursuit of knowledge, and I always want to make a difference to each student so that they will gonna have a chance to the society, they will gonna have a chance for a better life, and so that they will gonna have a chance to get back to the community as what as I'm doing now. This is the perfect time to get back to the community, and so in behalf of Class 93, this is our advocacy.
It is much more of what we have learned in Central. Central has been leading us on scholarship and same-time education. Not a lot of graduates from our class are privileged enough to send their children back to Central. So we try to support them by means of scholarship also. Yes, I'd like also to thank the Alumni Commission of the United States. Some groups are from California, LA, Las Vegas, Texas, who has been one way or another upsetting their worth dollars for us also to help our scholars.
I belong to the batch when that was the time when Sony came out with its first CD player. It was the time when Argentina and United Kingdom went to war over Falklands. That was 31 years ago. Our batch is fun and closely knit, and we are identified with the greatest game, which is soccer. So our advocacy is this: we want to give an incentive to the varsity player of soccer every year.
The advocacy of Batch 68 is resource mobilization to generate scholarship funds for poor but deserving students. This is an economic movement because those who will have access to quality education, which will improve their employability, productivity, and job mobility. Because if they can find a job after graduation, then they can have decent employment and decent pay, and this will improve the quality of life of their families. Of course, they will become productive citizens of our society, and they will contribute to the attainment of our national development goals of poverty reduction and inclusive growth. And to realize this advocacy, we will be sourcing funds, not only within our class, but also from among friends and tap potential donors, both from the public and the private sector.
Okay, so actually, our batch 1977 are very generous and loving people. We have been helping our classmates, those who are in need, for the past several years already. And our scholarship program, which we have chosen way back, which was established in 2008 and 2009, have been ongoing, and we have already a nurse, for that matter, for one of our classmates. And then, of course, this advocacy was chosen by our group for the following reasons. First of all, we want to let our classmates feel that they are not forgotten. And at the same time, their concerns are our concerns also. Secondly, we want those family of our less fortunate classmates to be productive in our society for helping them. And at the same time, we would like to improve the quality of their lives by teaching them how to fish rather than to receive fishes. And thirdly, we want also to make them happy. We want to make them happy and having a fruitful and productive life, so that they can say that I am highly favored. We are highly favored, greatly blessed, and dearly cherished by our classmates. So actually, our scholarship program is designed for our class members only. But before I resigned from College of Business and Accountancy, a year ago, I have convinced one of my classmates to have a scholarship program, not only in the high school, but also in the College of Business and Accountancy, taking care of the tuition and fees of our less fortunate students, and then giving also certain allowances to work students. So it's not only so we have been so active in this matter. So I am really proud to present our batch 1977.
Okay, for the batch 1997, I do have to admit, we are in our early 30s. So unfortunately, we are not yet in that so-called seat of power. However, that does not stop us to think something out of the box, which does not entail so much cost or so much certain power grabbing or policy making. So what I have experienced through working outside the country, so to speak, is an advocacy for further training for the high school students in such a way that it's an internship program in the field of study which they would like to choose to enroll themselves in college. This, for me, I deem it necessary because it would let the student feel how it is to work in such industry that they desire to become a part of. It is beneficial, especially for the parents, because once the student is very decisive of the type of course that they want to enroll in, it would minimize shifting from one course to another. It is also practicable because it doesn't really entail a lot of cost. It does entail perhaps paperwork and a lot of legwork. In order for the batch 1997, we can facilitate that. So it's training beyond the four corners of the classroom. It revolves around the Chinese proverb that says, "Tell me and I will forget. Show me and I might remember. But involve me and I will understand."
What is your virtue?
My virtue is reverence.
Reverence. What for you is reverence?
For me, reverence is great respect.
Great respect. Okay, so it's a very vast and big word.
Yes.
Miss J. Rose, right? And your question is, why did you choose reverence as your Christian value?
Personally, I see my parents as role models. They taught me the most important Christian value of respect. We give the highest reverence to our parents, being considered as our first teachers. Hence, the Christian value of reverence I give due to my parents.
And of course, to God. Your virtue is love.
Yes.
For you, how does love give color to your life?
Well, love can give color to my life through inspiration.
Inspiration.
You know, if you make love as an inspiration, it can really move you.
How about you, Princess? What does love make you feel?
I can feel love by the people around me and by God. Because they comfort me, they make me feel happy with love.
Okay, love is her comfort zone. Thank you so much, couple number 2.
Singing is very important that I have because I can glorify God through singing, through praises, through Him. And by that, I encourage my people to glorify Him.
Alright, please define your virtue.
My virtue is joy. For me, joy is the object of our existence here on earth. And it is found in being a Christian. It is here in Cpuhs High School where men and women are being nurtured to be a good citizen. It is not the material things that joy can be found, but also by obeying God's commandments and our families and living the gospel is the real source of real happiness. And I would just like to say that If we are wicked, we will never be happy. Thank you.
Why did you choose joy as your Christian virtue?
I picked the virtue of joy because I really do believe that joy can make people happy and contented. And I really think that joy, and God chosen the word joy to describe happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, especially to our beloved alumni, as we celebrate the 100th birthday of our beloved Central Philippine University, we are having joy in our hearts as we commemorate the different memories that we had in our high school years. And with that, I know Central Philippine University would excel. Soar high, Central Philippine University High School, and have a joyful Centennial celebration. Thank you. The Ambassadors of Grace. Alfie,
Hello.
you look good today.
You too.
Thank you.
I define grace is what we desire is not always what we get. Unknowingly, we get things much more important than what we expect. And these are called graces from God. The glory of life is about giving and sharing what you have. Whatever goes around, comes around. We need to stay blessed and be a blessing to others. Because in the end, nothing is ours to keep. Let us share what God has given us: love, time, friendship, and good deeds. I believe that the fruits of tomorrow are the seeds of today.
How would you define grace in your own terms?
For me, grace is the undying love of God in Christ. It's a divine influence to us, and it comes from our heart, and it is a gift from God to us. Even though we have many troubles in life, we appreciate the grace or gift given to us by God. It also symbolizes beauty and harmony in form of character, influences given to us by our friends, and also in our attitude and the way we speak and respect to elders. Thank you.
So, Christian, how are you today?
I'm fine.
And you're very tall for a high school student.
So was you.
Well, thank you. Why is respect a good Christian virtue for you?
Because the secret of a happy life is to be respected. So respect yourself, respect others, and most of all, respect God. And nowadays, it's better to be respected than to be liked.
Are you a respectful child to your parents?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and why did you choose respect as a Christian value?
I choose respect because it is a very important element and in human relations and social order. From it comes common good, order, truth, and justice, which are virtues as like a young Christian like me.
Thank you so much, couple number 8. Very well said. Okay, Ambassador of Dignity.
Yes.
J. Dominic, are you living a dignified life?
Yes, I may say that I am living a dignified life.
Why is that?
Because I respect others, I respect myself, and most importantly, I respect God. Because for me, the true sense of the word dignity is not pride, but self-respect. Thank you.
Thank you. How about you, Princess Jana? Are you happy with choosing dignity as your virtue, and why?
Yes, I am happy with my chosen virtue because I know that dignity is not just having a high-sounding name, high rank, title, or position, but it is a state or quality of having excellent, honorable, and good works in an honest, noble, and clean way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, couple number 9.
Okay, Johnny, so your Christian value or virtue is quite awesome. Share with us why you like honor.
I choose honor as my advocacy because true Centennial finds himself in honor. Honor is a virtue of clean and truthful living exemplified by the Christian spirit.
Thank you. How about you?
And Princess, do you consider yourself as an honorable woman?
Yes, I consider myself as an honorable girl because as a student, I could give honor to my school by being a good role model to my fellow students and to represent the school as the school of excellence. And as a child of God, I could give honor by sharing His words, and I'm thankful that He created me as I am.
First is Christian Paul Lopez. Next finalist is Kyle Jonathan Lau. And our last finalist is Johnny Yanson. Congratulations, Princess. To join our princess, let's call on the first finalist, Rama Joy Doromal. And our next finalist for the princess is Eha Inventor. Julie May Ikaw.
This event showcased lots of activities that each and every alumni enjoyed, making the event a memorable one. Last night of the event, all the staff, faculty, invited friends, and all the alumni bested the night, wearing their best Filipiniana outfits and attending the closing celebration. The night was packed with full entertainment when Dinagyang's best tribe, Tribu Panayanon, amused the audience with their colorful performance. followed by the cool drum beats from the drums of Ritmo Tambores that serenaded the alumni while the sumptuous banquet is being served.
Steve Jobs 2005 once said, and I quote, "Your time is limited, so do not waste it living on someone else's life. Do not be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Do not let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary." This, I want to begin my short opening remarks as well as greetings to all alumni and alumni all around the world who have joined us in making history tomorrow as we celebrate our grand Centennial and alumni homecoming of our highly esteemed, beloved alma mater, none other than the Central Philippine University High School. Few months ago, I was trying to reckon with myself as well as battle what could be the most relevant or appropriate fantasy exordium that I wish to convey to all who have come together and celebrate with us. Then I was trying to think about month of August is well known to be in the Philippine setting as a rainy month. But then as a pastor and as a child, or to be exact, an ordinary son of God who believes in a God who is so extraordinary, who can even make the very impossible things possible. I just lived with closed hands to Him, entrusting that you, O God, who is mighty and able to offer to us the free gift of salvation, is the one and no other who can even control the course of nature. Truly, we have experienced in more ways than one God's faithfulness to our beloved alma mater, CPU High School. And so, as August 24th, when we held the Centennial 10-mile run, which is approximately equivalent to 16 kilometers and 5 kilometers, God has given us favor because we had a fair weather.
A night before August 24th, that was August 23, it rained a little bit. And early in the morning, since I was so excited and at the same time anxious of what God is going to allow us to experience, I really knelt down before Him, prayed to God, cried out my heart, and I told God I really miss this time with you, Lord. Because for many months, wrestling, trying to anticipate what to happen as we look forward to this momentous event that is once in 100 years and more so once in a lifetime. Help but tell God, Lord, look at your humble servant who is so ordinary. I've been doing or getting busy and busier working for your kingdom, but I have failed to really spend time with the King of the kingdom. I have learned that I must decrease and God should increase. Moving on, I surmise that every alumnus and alumna of our beloved alma mater, CPU High School, is not only a leader in your own right, but most of all, Christian leaders. Therefore, or ergo, as our theme states this, at 100, let us soar higher for a greater CPU High School. For truly, if we only unite, even the very impossible things can be made possible for us as long as we keep the faith, run the race where Jesus Christ is simply waiting for us to finish the race. Amen.
In behalf of the CPU High School Alumni Association and the CPU High School 60 faculty and staff, we welcome all of you to this once-in-a-lifetime affair. Because it will never happen again with us, isn't it? Life is short, so we are here to enjoy. Dance if you can with the RCP Ritmo Tambores. And enjoy the Santos dinner later. Again, I would like to thank or to take the opportunity to thank all of you tonight, especially my faculty and staff. Okay, thank you for all the support from the start of from the CPU Grand Centennial Fun Run up to this time. Thank you. You are still here with me. Thank you, CPU High School faculty and staff. Thank you also for all the balikbayans. Salamat sa pagkarin. And I would like to thank Dr. Robles. Thank you, sir, for all your all-out support. Thank you also to Dr. Carmen Palma Santos for your unending consultancy to our department. Thank you, and welcome everybody. Salamat.
Looking around the room tonight, it might be safe for me to say that everybody here this evening has attained his or her own level of accomplishment. Success comes in different ways, and I'm sure that in one way or another, in varying degrees, we have attained our goals, be it in our careers, in our families, in our communities, or in our individual pursuits of meaning in life or happiness. But whether we like it or not, we cannot deny the fact that a considerable part of who we are now is by and large affected or was influenced by the time that we stayed in high school. The lessons that we learned, the escapades, the experiences, whether it was good or bad,
formed us into what we are today. In fact, most of the crucial decisions that presently affect us were made, or if not, were founded during, the foundations of those decisions were made during our high school. Like probably most of us here tonight, in fact, my closest friends now are still the same friends I graduated with 27 years ago. And we still see each other and tell the same stories again and again and again. And of course, the relationships. Who could forget the relationships? Whether it prospered or failed, these relationships continue to play a big part. A part of our memories and probably also affect our subconscious until now. I could say that from experience because I married my high school classmate. So I cannot think of my fellow alumni, I cannot think of any period that affected our lives in such a significant way other than those 4 years. Well, for some it might have been 5 or 6, but that doesn't matter right now. We share, high school has made us who we are now. We gather here this evening, coming from different places. We come from different walks of life, from high school, from the class of, I don't know what was the earliest class represented here tonight, probably the 50s, until the class of 2013. There is one thing that binds us, and that is we share a common experience. But I'll get straight to the point of my short message here tonight. And that point is that CPU High School needs our help. All of us who have passed through the portals of this university very well know that CPU is a non-stop, non-profit institution. That means that every peso is paid for through the tuition fees, and every donation or contribution does not go to dividends or shares. CPU is accomplishing its objectives also largely because of its alumni, which is a CPU distinctive. That is why probably despite our busy schedules, your commitments, and the distance of coming here, the struggles and the challenges of your schedules, we came here in the past few days to celebrate the memories that this institution has given us. We have to admit that regardless of your perspective, of your experiences, of how you view your experiences, of how you view the past or present administrations of this university, and how you view the missions and objectives of this school, we love CPU. And because it is just more than the memories that we celebrate. So my challenge this evening is that challenge for us to give back to CPU. There is no better
It is also the time to reward everyone who participated, recognizing each batch and encouraging them to continue in uplifting their advocacies and in supporting their much-loved alma mater. Truly, a walk down memory lane brings laughters in celebrating the camaraderie that had formed during the brief but memorable youthful years of high school. It is one of the most precious time of the alumni in remembering their past with friends of old, meeting the present with wonderful students on campus, and dreaming the future for the next generation are what homecoming is all about.